On our way into the city. Percival, where are we heading?
Running the first sweep. Got one. The Sealy's. Not far. Old shipping yard just past the processing plant. Gene samples are probably in one of the containers.
Evaluation insufficient.
Shit. These things, they're all dominated. Get them out and keep an eye out for the more patrols.
Combat procedures activated. Safety's off.
Looks like the last of them. No sign of the morph, though.
Your shipping yard's just beyond the processing plant. Cache with some goodies is towards the rear of the facility.
We close enough for you to dial in the location of those samples from here?
Yes, they're faint, but I'm detecting multiple valid signatures. I have restored power to the containers.
Jackpot. Get down there and collect as many as you can.
Send those over to Kaiser, and let's get out of here.
Samples secure.
Nice work. Now, earlier scan picked up a... Well, it's in the spaceport. And the quick route there looks like it got blasted when the port did.
To the city, which will allow us to access the...
What do you... That's right. Kaiser.
I am not sure.
Percival, you see any better option?
Not from where I'm standing.
Our answer.
Access unlocked. We may proceed.
Kaiser, this flora, this is Lazarus plant, isn't it?
Confirmed.
You know, no one even realized it was a living thing until someone got it under a microscope and saw it had cells. Can't be cultivated anywhere but Londinian. Real marvel. These leeches. What's keeping you things warm? What's that? My God, look at it. A Lazarus in bloom. You know, we might be some of the only... What's happening? Captain, have you seen this? The heat leeches are terramorphs.
But heat leeches infest every settlement, every corner of the settled systems. That means that every single one... Oh no.
You just saw that, right? That heat leech became a terramorph. The pests, heat leeches hide out in ships, sneak away after landing. We just found... Pretty Major is right. The Lazarus plant. It's clearly an accelerant for the terramorph, a heat leech transfer. But that means if anyone knew about this, you could sneak a leech into a city or even... Good God. The attack on... But first, you'd have to know the truth.
Well, we're never gonna know if you don't catch that thing. Get after it.
We may proceed.
Go!
way a plant this rare, this fragile, just shows up here, New Atlantis, and Tau Ceti. The transformations on those worlds, they must have been triggered by human hands. Captain, do you understand what it... Exactly. Someone saw the...
I wonder where they could have gotten such a...
I wouldn't be shocked to find out our team, in part, makes some sense. Tau Ceti was likely their first test. Someplace remote where no one would ensure the big show. And the timing of that. It couldn't have been just luck that it happened right when we... These attacks. They certainly were. Who could pull something like...
Let's save the discussion for when you all aren't standing in the universe's... If we're gonna do anything to prevent more Terramorph attack...
Roger that. Kaiser?
The entrance is...
You are free soon. Could we talk? I have something I wanted to say. I am reluctant to put that to the test. I know that you said you prefer to be surrounded by others. Unlike the little I have spoken of my history has... What I have left out... You have not heard the name? Generations ago, our founder, Jinan Varun, the Great Serpent told Jinan Varun that our universe is his domain. My people have worked to that end for many. I will do my best. I was born in the great city of Dazra. I am of the promised. Thank you. I doubt many. Several years ago, I intercepted requests from... I was sent to infiltrate Constellation, posing as a former... I am pleased, but certainly not. Several weeks after I arrived, I attempted to access secure... I was horrified. The history of Constellation. Some information on their members and goals. Yes, she is. I cannot... You and I have spent so much time telling you this violates so many of the orders. You have no idea what a relief that...
I am unable to provide sufficient power to the lock mechanism.
Anyone got ideas where we could get some extra juice?
Local power looks like it was controlled in the security office. Upper floor.
Scout it out. Kaiser, see if you can't find another way to get it open.
Roger that. I have restored power to the office entrance. You may proceed.
There's the control panel. Still looks operable. Of all the things to survive.
complete. Multiple systems unavailable. Warning, priority safety concern detected. Exterior hatch power restored.
Back in business.
Warning, emergency recorder message detected. Transcription process engaged. Playback initiated.
Admiral Senon, we need to make the evacuation request.
That's my father he's addressing. He was here? Didn't think he'd have the guts to look those soldiers in the eye before blowing this place to pieces.
Admiral!
It just transformed. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe. Colonel, the troops that closed off the sewers after my evaluation, they're all in this facility.
Other than our casualties, yes, sir.
Good. Get them into defensive positions around the spaceport. No one leaves. I'll send ships as soon as possible.
Thank God. None of us wanted to go down swarmed by those things.
That won't be your fate, Colonel. You have my word.
Transcription complete. Physical copy available.
An invisible weapon. He knew. He knew about the Lazarus plant. Grab that recording. We should talk. Hey, Victus. He destroyed this place. You heard that recording. He saw the potential of the plant and he killed those people. Yes. But I guess that's only he didn't succeed. Now someone... Right. Kaiser, try now.
Guys, your sample, it moved. I'd be real careful out there if I were you.
That doesn't sound good. Eyes peeled. Good. Now just stash that sample with Kaiser and we're done.
Final sample secure.
All wrapped up. Time to get the hell out of here. Percival. Find somewhere we can talk. Privately.
On it. See you soon.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Look at all of you. Got pretty frantic on the comms towards the end there. But... this... No, my connection might have gotten a bit fuzzy there.
That's what it sounded like.
Guess the old Admiral must have told someone what he learned. I'm sorry, what?
Captain, now's really not the time to be making... No. No. He's... And you've known that... What? You swore? You swore. You were...
Well...
It certainly does.
Fey Victus. So his execution was...
It also makes... Look, Percival and I, we need to... But I think you, Captain, should get in Good. We'll all meet back at mast, outside the cabinet chambers. Best of luck, Captain.
Samples are preserved.
By the way,
You will be
Captain.
scanned as you enter the city. Okay.
Yes, you need me? What did you need? Until next time.
Just doesn't add up. Spaceport has anti-xeno protocols. How the hell does a... Authorized personnel only. Fred has to stay here.
Well, when I heard you and Hadrian were headed for London, did you find what you were... I haven't been to Londinian in many years. Good news, then. So, what exactly are you doing? Did you? Well, I don't know what you think you heard on the... After all, given the Cabinet's current state of anxiety, perhaps I can... Of course. So I'd very much appreciate your agreement to not... You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The terramorphic... Years of coordination between my associate and I. Now, being as clever... All in due time. First, I want to see... The attacks. When I discovered the plant, but we were at war. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport. And sealing away knowledge. It's easy to judge now, but in that moment, I wasn't about to. But then, as the war ended, my trial. And what did I get in return? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. I become a trusted advisor. having found Kaiser, and cement my new position of influence when the dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, what luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone. It wasn't easy. But the beauty of being loathed is that they wanted to pretend I didn't exist. Still, establishing a back channel to Orlays, they believed they were luring in wanted criminals, but were in fact delivering dropped off at just the right moments to fall into the slow work. There are no heroes without a villain. And we all... It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant. And look at the results. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? With only the vague hopes of perhaps... something befitting the dedication. While of course they can't give you a command, responsibility like that has to be earned. I expect you'll be quite pleased with the result. You're being honored only because I arranged. And let's not forget the important, eliminating the terramorphs. Securing knowledge. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlays' role. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the cabinet. After all, I do still... Well, I do.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Perfect timing. So on our end, good news. The microbe,
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off.
considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of. I already sent along info to the cap. So what about your end? Did my father tell you what he knew about the lab? I knew it. Why? It takes some deeply twisted logic to think anything did more harm.
Somehow, after all that has transpired, he still believes himself. But all it has done is for...
Well, once we inform the cabinet, they... I'm sure he did. But he killed dozens. So I guess that gives us our final answer. Unless there was more to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things.
Microbe is gonna make the cleanup a whole lot quicker.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant. And then...
You're being paranoid. You know the science.
I do know the science. I also know math. So I guess we're still in discussion. Asylees aren't hostile to humans, but they are megafauna. But they've already been spread far and wide once before when the UC was raised. Using them to clean up the terramorphs and leeches, though, given what we know now about the Lazarus plant, the speed of the... And here we go.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish, but according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, is what I'm reading here.
My God.
An attack? Using...
You will all receive a full... So then, is what the second report claims correct?
Or lays. Well, ma'am, it seems your report is incorrect.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own. Madam President, I have been saying for years.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared. Now, that's quite the accusation your group is leveling. You have evidence to back.
It just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this.
He's a sociopath.
Officer, please collect.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
Will, of course, be launching a full investigation into... Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all... Chief Yassine, can you send one of your...
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered, we failed the people of the colonies. That's for cutting off Vae Victus's contact with the outside. It's well past. Now, with our villain unmapped, with the threads you've brought together here, the three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All material.
A sound decision, Madam President.
Well, luckily the natural hostility of London, but will ensure its growth is contained, that access... I'm glad you think so. So then, the cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the terror. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports. The project we're embarking on will be a long and...
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps. Using it to wipe out the terramorphs would be the quick...
And fast results always lead to the best out.
As you can see, there remains debate among the cabinet. Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves.
I see. Captain, I know... We're waiting on you, Captain.
Glad to see someone's not afraid of it. The science division isn't...
Let us hope this science division true.
Grand threats merit grand actions.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker.
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. Today marks day one for the United Colonies terror, as befits such a group. Today, we will be adding 3 new...
Class 1? For the 3?
What he means to say is...
Oh, yeah.
It's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their... Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement. And I'm told the pen... You all have earned. Now, there's Major Sinan, Dr. Walker.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be... As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, speak to your commander. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.